In this video, we're going to be going through the isotopic symbol practice and talk about isotopic symbols. So this is a generic view of an isotopic symbol. That X is our element, so it could be like lithium, for example. And the A is the mass, so let's say lithium with a mass of 7, it's the atomic mass. And the Z is the atomic number. If you look at a periodic table, lithium has the atomic number 3. And the C is the charge. Lithium, when it's an ion, has a charge of +1. So that means it has only 2 electrons, even though it has 3 protons. Feel free to pause the video and write down any of these notes that you'll need. I'm walking you through how to figure out each symbol. So like A is protons plus neutrons. Z is just the number of protons. C is protons minus electrons. And then X is based off of Z. So if you had 1 proton, then your X would be H. It would be hydrogen. If you had 2 protons, then it would be He, helium, and so on. You can find that from the periodic table. So I'm going to turn to the example. Here we have chlorine with a -1 charge, a mass of 36, and an atomic number of 17. So the first thing we need to do is figure out the mass number. Well, that's this number right here. So I wrote 36 as the mass number. Then we need the atomic number. You can find that right here, 17 as the atomic number. Then we need the charge. That's right here, a 1- charge. Now we need the number of protons. Well, remember, the atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So if our atomic number is 17, then the protons is also 17. For the number of neutrons, we know that the mass is equal to, so the mass number is equal to protons plus neutrons. So if we have 17 protons, we need to think 17 plus something equals 36. Well, I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides, and I would get 19. 19 equals our neutrons. So I have 19 neutrons. And then the number of electrons, that's based off of the charge. So if my charge is -1, recall, charge is the protons minus electrons. So I would have -1 equals protons, which is my 17, minus electrons. So I'm going to subtract 17 from both sides. Oops. And I get -18 equals negative electrons. So if I divide by a negative, cancel out my negatives on both sides. So I get 18 as my electrons. And so that's how you do that top chart. For the bottom chart, you're given the protons, neutrons, and electrons. And you need to come up with the symbol. So the first thing you're going to do is deal with these protons. On your periodic table, you should find the atomic number 29. So here, you see the atomic number 29? That means it's copper. So I can write Cu as my symbol and 29 as my atomic number. That's the number of protons as well. Now for this space, this is the mass number. So I'm doing protons plus neutrons. So I would get 62. And for this last space, that's the charge. So that's protons minus electrons. Protons minus electrons, 29 minus 27. So that would be a +2. And so this is my symbol. Go ahead and try the rest on your own. Please, if you have any questions at all, contact me via email or Remind app. Do your best and then submit this.